Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Pelletier again, and we have another book by Bob Graham. This book is called Let's Get a Pup. Have you ever wanted a puppy or a pet? In this book, Kate, and Kate's right here, actually the whole title of the book is Let's Get a Puppy, said Kate. And Kate wants a puppy so badly, and she asks her mom and her dad. Do you think that they're going to say yes or no? Let's see. So what's interesting is, again, Bob Graham starts the story. He gives us one little page before the title page. Okay, here's the title page. Here's the first page. I'm going to read it to you. The end of Kate's bed was a lonely place. Tiger the cat no longer slept there. Tiger died last winter. So there were only Kate's 2 feet to keep each other company. Now Kate woke to full summer with the sun pouring over the back fence. So right now she's feeling a little lonely. Her cat Tiger died. So now she runs into her parents' room, and this is the title page, but it says, "Let's get a pup," said Kate. "Let's get a pup," said Kate. "What, a brand new one?" said a now wide-eyed, wide-awake mom. "With the wrapping still on?" added her breathless dad. Do puppies come wrapped? I don't think so, but puppies, and that's what Kate said. "Pups don't come wrapped," replied Kate. "I know that," said Dad. "It's just a joke." Her dad's got a pretty good sense of humor. And if you look here, you can tell that it's a little bit windy because you can see those curtains are flying out a little bit. And look he put little lines there to show how she's moving. And she went from here to here and now here. So those lines are a good technique to show motion. "Mama looked in the paper. It must be small," said Kate. "And cute," said Dad. "And get all excited," said Kate. "And run around in circles," said Dad. Said Mom. "Look. The rescue center, the center for dogs without a home, the center for dogs all alone. With their breakfast uneaten, they dressed and left immediately." So the word rescue, think to yourself what that means. When you rescue something, that means you save it. So sometimes in this book, they call it a rescue center. Sometimes they call it an animal shelter. There are different ways to term that. But it's a place where dogs are that need to get adopted. At the rescue center, they found plenty of dogs without a home and lots of dogs all alone. They found big dogs, small dogs, sniffers, and sleepers. So sniffers would be dogs that sniff a lot. Sleepers would be dogs that sleep a lot. Wire-haireds, short-haireds, scratchers, and leapers. So wire-haired dogs are dogs with really curly, tight hair. Short-haired dogs have short hair. Scratchers maybe scratch a lot. And leapers jump a lot. If you leap, you jump. They found fighters and biters. Ooh, those might be mean dogs. Growlers and snarlers. You know how sometimes dogs go, "Urgh." Short dogs, dogs long and thin, and dogs with their cheeks sucked in. They also found happy dogs, sad dogs, take me dogs, and dogs who couldn't care less. So see, they're all in different cages, and that's what happens when you go to an animal shelter. You can look at them and then maybe choose one to take home because they don't have a home. They saw smelly dogs, fat dogs, lean and mean dogs, chew it up and spit it out at you dogs, and dogs like walking nightmares. What kind of a dog would be a dog that looks like a walking nightmare? Nightmares are scary, so maybe, look at that one. That does look a little bit scary. Then they saw Dave. And you know, do you notice something? Ask yourself right now, look at these 2 pages. What are you noticing about the print? The words. I'm noticing that all of a sudden Bob Graham made the words bigger because he wants us to really think about what he's looking at. Then they saw Dave. They saw all those other ones, but this is important. So sometimes when you see authors do that, they make the words bigger. It means it's important. Okay. Dave was so excited. He came out sideways. He barked twice. Water flew out of his tongue, and he turned a complete circle in the air. He was small. He was cute. He was brand new. Dave climbed right over the top of Kate, who briefly wore him like a hat. Do you see that? He climbed right up over her head, almost like she was wearing a hat. He's all we want, said Kate. All that we came for, said Mom. We'll take him, said Dad. Then they saw, and that's an ellipsis, ... That means, then they saw, more's coming. We've got to turn the page, but look at this. He did it again. He used bigger words, so he wants, this is really important. Then they saw Rosie. Uh-oh. There's Rosie. And she saw them. She was old and gray and broad as a table. That means she was kind of large. It was and wide. It was difficult for her to get to her feet, but she stood, it seemed almost politely. Her eyes watered, her ears went back, and she radiated good intention. Radiated means that she kind of, good intention means she gave off this feeling of, ooh, I would make a really good pet. Like, look at the eyes, look at the tails wagging a little bit, and her tongue's hanging out. So she's radiating this feeling, like this feeling is really coming out of her, when it, like almost like heat out of a radiator at your house, out of the heater. She had good intentions. She really wanted them to take her home. She's like, I'm kind. My wish for you, said Dad, is that you could lie on someone's living room floor, or on their couch, said Mom, or on someone's bed, said Kate. Mom's voice shook. We would take them all if we could, but what can we do? So they're feeling a connection to this dog. My wish for you is that you could lie on someone's living room floor, or on their couch, or on someone's bed, said Kate. What do you think they're going to do? And with many a backward glance, they slowly walked away. Now ask yourself, what do you think a backward glance means? Look carefully at the illustration because Bob Graham's helping us understand what that means. See how they're looking back and they're just glancing. If you glance at something, you look kind of slightly at it, just like they're doing. They're slowly walking away. So that to me means they're not really happy about leaving him. And look at his head's down, his eyes look sad. And even Bob Graham's so smart, look at him. He even makes it look gray to make it look sad. At home, Dave was everything that a pup could be and more. There's Dave, the puppy. Oh boy, he's getting into a bit of trouble, isn't he? He pulled the tablecloth down. Ooh, now he pulled all the flowers up and brought all of them into the house. And on the first night, he cried in his box. The next morning, Kate's mom and dad received a good licking. He got up on their bed. Dave was crying last night, so he slept with me, said Kate, but I didn't sleep. Neither did I, said Dad. I was wishing... ... Neither did I, said Mom. I was wishing... ... What do you think that they were wishing for? With their breakfast out once again uneaten, they dressed and left immediately. So they didn't even eat their breakfast, and they are leaving immediately. Where do you think they're going to go? At the rescue center, Rosie was waiting for them Let's get you home, said Dad. So they went all the way back to the rescue center to get Rosie. They couldn't sleep without him. Rosie was instantly at home. Her broad, heavy tail swept everything off the low table. I've seen a dog smelling a man, but never a man smelling a dog, said Kate's mom. She needs a bath, said Dad. Yeah, because see, at the rescue center, they probably didn't give them regular baths. So now they're giving him a nice bath and taking care of him. And now Dad's wish has come true. Rosie is asleep on the living room floor with Dave to keep her company. Mom's wish has always come true. Now Rosie and Dave are asleep on the couch. And what about Kate's wish? Will it come true as well? So let's think about that. Let me go back to, where was Kate's wish? Remember when they were talking to the dog, they said, my wish for you, said Dad, is that you could lie on someone's living room floor, or on their couch, or on someone's bed, said Kate. That's what they were wishing. Let's see, do you think that that wish is going to come true? Yes, Dave and Rosie will get to sleep on someone's bed. Who do you think it's going to be? Kate puts her head on Rosie's stomach. She hears angry gurgles, squeaks, and plops, lonely corkscrew sounds, and the pump, pump, pump of Rosie's heart like a big, hollow engine room. So they're all sleeping together. And look at, again, the moonlight is now shining on that part of the illustration. Everything else is just dark. Kate's feet are no longer lonely under the blankets. It seems like Dave and Rosie have always been there. Their weight is comfortable and reliable and will stop Kate's bed from floating away into the night. Okay? So this is a nice story about how the family's taking care of the dogs, right? But the dogs are also taking care of the family. Think about how the dogs take care of the family. Did they fill a little lonely spot for Kate? And did they, they become part of the family. And again, in this book, we saw lots of the same things we've seen in some of the other stories. We've seen how Bob Graham uses different color to make his illustrations, to highlight certain things in his illustrations. The way he shows movement, that was kind of neat too. He uses lots of lines, and he uses that ellipsis, right? More is going to come next, okay? So we talked again a lot about what we've noticed. I asked you some questions. Now I put some of our notice things on a chart. Let's get a pup. So we noticed Bob Graham highlights important parts of his illustrations. We will notice that again. He starts the story before the title page. He did that in How to Heal a Broken Wing. Actually, he's done it in all of them. And then he draws the faces of the animals to show how they are feeling. He really puts a lot of details into his illustrations. Okay, so again, these are things that you can think about when you do your own writing at home. Maybe you could write a book about when you got a pet. One of the things that I did after I read the story was I made some face masks of the two dogs. So I just took paper plates, and this is something you can do at home. I used some felt to make the ears. You don't have to. You can even put it on a ruler and cut out eyes and pretend that you are the dogs and act out the story. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed Let's Get a Pup, Said Kate by Bob Graham.